All right, what's up, guys? Yeah, you see the background. You probably know if you've been following my channel for a while. We're talking crypto today, but we're going to really dive into the technology side more in the coming videos in this video series. Particularly today, I want to show you what is, in my opinion, the #1 resource that I've come across, at least, for learning about this technology. Not the financial side, but the technological standpoint. And they even have some crypto security related information on there as well, which honestly, I'm really gonna need to spend some more time diving into to understand it better from the security side. But definitely, no matter where your level of skill is, this site is a really solid one for learning the basics, as well as getting pretty technical on how this stuff works, which, you know, if you've been following me, you know that I say one of the most important things you can do when, you know, if your goal is to pen test something, is to understand the technology from a user perspective and also the underlying perspective, even more so than a user understanding what's going on under the hood. So if that sounds interesting, stay tuned. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Ryan from elevatecyber, and let's jump into this one here. This site that I'm talking about is Blockgeekscom. This one has been very instrumental in me originally getting an understanding of how this technology works. Now, I can't speak for their courses. I haven't done any of those, but in particular on this site, this guide section, I've found to be extremely useful. So they're constantly writing guides all the time. They have a lot of different contributors here. But if you're a beginner to this, they have like a recommended set of guides, a recommended series of articles you can basically read to get a basic understanding of how all this stuff works. They even have it categorized, which I think is pretty neat, just as far as what you do. Like if you're an investor, or maybe you're trying to learn it for business purposes, or developer. So there's a number of different choices that you have on the sidebar here. And particularly what I thought was really cool about this is there's even a security section where there's some really interesting articles. There's not too many articles yet, but there's some very fundamental ones, right? All about pen testing, smart contracts, and cryptocurrencies, and, you know, the blockchain, pen testing the blockchain essentially, right? They even talk about like the full process, right? The full attack flow, both from an internal and external standpoint, blind testing, all of that. So they go into consensus algorithm, all kinds of different stuff here. And then, of course, if you know anything about smart contracts, you know historically there's been a lot of vulnerabilities found within them. So they even have EOS contract security, as well as just regular auditing smart contracts and exploring vulnerabilities, right? And I'm not even sure what Viper is. Oh, it's a new Ethereum language, maybe to potentially try and replace Solidity. Because Solidity is tricky for a lot of developers because it's a language that is exclusively for writing smart contracts. So sometimes, you know, developers are having to learn this right on the fly. It is similar to JavaScript from what I heard, but because it's, you know, they're using a new thing, sometimes they make errors in their code, and that is potential for exploitation from our side, right? And so, yeah, definitely some cool security stuff. But even if you're, you know, way newer to this stuff, right, you can go and explore some of these articles. And I'm trying to find it here. I know for a fact they used to have a section that was like all of the best beginner ones. Like you have your must reads, talk about hashing, digital signatures, all of this stuff. I mean, I would really just encourage you to go explore the site and check it out, because there's definitely some really good information here. Maybe even want to explore some of the other areas of the site. I can't really speak for those, but oh yeah, here we go. In the guides, so you have like cryptocurrency 101. So these are going to be all of like, or this is going to be an article of like just giving you the rundown of how this stuff works, right? They basically put their most popular articles like in this drop down here, right? How to invest, you know, even going into what is Ethereum, talking about DeFi. That has been huge this year, decentralized finance. You can learn about it from the ground up basically on this site. Of course, use your other resources as well, but this is such a great starting point, as well as they have some really niche articles here to really dive into the technicals, right? You hear so much about the financial side, but this is one way that you can really explore the technical side of all this. And even to get more generic, you can learn just specifically about the blockchain, the underlying technology behind cryptocurrency. And these articles, they're not like really short reads. They get pretty in depth, right? They're pretty lengthy and thorough. So a great way to learn. Honestly, if you went through and you read up on this stuff, you would know more than 90% of the people that are invested in this stuff, believe it or not. A lot of people are just looking at the financial side. They're investing in this stuff, but they don't really understand the underlying technology. They don't know what Ethereum is, let alone, and if they do, they probably don't know what Ethereum 2.0 is and how that's going to change the ecosystem and how that differs and what proof of stake is versus proof of work. I remember that's something that I first learned about, like when you can search stuff in here too, right? Say like you don't understand the difference between a proof of work algorithm versus a proof of stake algorithm, and you hear Ethereum 2.0 is going to be, proof of stake, but what does that mean? Well, you can actually, you can read the article on what the differences are from a deep dive analysis standpoint, but you can also, I know you can find on here as well, they had some more beginner articles on this. You can say like, you can see what is proof of stake, and you'll probably find an article from here somewhere. I know I originally read it on this site. But yeah, here we go. They talk about what is proof of stake, and they explain it. Basic guide here, proof of work versus proof of stake. They even have some video stuff, nice infographics. So all in all, I know I'm really going on and on about this, but I couldn't recommend this site highly enough for any of you guys. You want to future-proof yourself. You want to make sure that, let's be honest, we can pretty much choose different areas, and we're pretty much going to have jobs like for the foreseeable future in any area, even in the older areas, like the more traditional IT security roles are going to be around. They're going to need them. But also the cool thing about this space is you have the ability to niche down in different areas and to jump around into different specializations of security. And this could be one, if you're feeling a little stale, a little stagnant on your current role in security, you can start learning about this stuff on the side. And then when an opportunity presents itself, you'll be in position to seize that and really provide value in the security space in this emerging technology. No matter how you slice it, this can only be beneficial for you guys to learn about this as soon as possible. I'm just here giving you the little tip on how to get started. So yeah, if this sounds interesting to you, be sure to subscribe. Check out the rest of my videos as well in the cryptocurrency and security. We're really going to be diving more into the security side of cryptocurrency. I gave people the basic rundown on the financials earlier, but we're going to be diving into the technologies. Make no mistake about it. And if this is interesting to you, then definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button to help get the message out there. And I will see you guys in the next video.